All right, this is Chaotic Crypto. This is where we defy tyranny. Yeah, so things have drastically changed since last I really updated anything. I did do a quick short yesterday, but yeah, chaotic is um, it's a pretty lowball term for what's going on right now. I think if I had to call it, just to call it, I think we may have bottomed just now at 15,800, 15,600. Either way, absolutely terrible day. Yesterday was really entertaining. So basically, CZ from Binance, strong armed Sam Bankman-Fried from FTX. He was going to buy him out, but then apparently he's backing out of that. But Sam Bankman-Fried is no good. He's a bad actor, and he doesn't have our best, I guess, our best intentions in mind in the crypto community. And it's really sad. Everything that's been going on the last, 48, 72 hours has been really just kind of sad because we were actually building good support and we were looking like we were going to have a good run, and it's just looks really bad. Everything it's just like getting torn down in front of us, and it's like what's really interesting is that how long have we been in this accumulation? We've broken down to levels we haven't seen in over 2 years. And that's just overly just kind of sad. I was watching a lot of different just crypto zombie, just different, just a lot of different influencers on YouTube are really breaking down. You can tell they're frustrated. You can tell they're just bewildered as to like how has this happened and come to this. It's kind of like the end of Lord of the Rings. The guys like, how did it come to this? It's like that's exactly what's going on right now. It's extremely entertaining, but it's also just really disheartening. I've been here since 2017. I got in, probably about right here. Rode it up to 20K and then just rode it all the way down. Didn't know much about trading. I did invest in stock market and stuff before that, but it's all new to me. But I thought going through all of this, I would have understood, what it's like, and I should have taken more profits up here. But it didn't look like a top. So there were a lot of things going on back then that just weren't adding up. And if we can reclaim, it's not completely hopeless, but we just went down to some serious levels. But if we can reclaim back up to 18, 19K by the end of the week, that'd be great. But what's really interesting is the FTX is the second largest, or maybe third largest exchange there is. We've lost Celsius, Voyager, others. I mean, like FTX was buying these other players out, and that's just it's like as if like what if in the regular trading world, what if Robinhood and what if trade, what's the other E-Trade went down and then took everyone's money? It's like unprecedented what's going on, and it's a severe growing pain, but it's also defying other cycles. Everything is just very wishy-washy and messed up. It's just scary and like, is it gonna end? Like I haven't really felt like it was gonna. I mean, I don't think it's going to end, but I haven't never felt so, I guess, despairing up until now. Like, I felt a lot of despair there. I mean, like, I was with the Celsius and Voyager collapses, so, I mean, I have felt every bit of this, unfortunately, in all the ways. And I had a lot of FTX token, but I saw all this happening, and I sold it right before the big collapse. Didn't really lose much money on that, but, like, Jesus. But why I put a lot of that money into Solana. So it's just been, I think Solana has a lot going for it. So I mean, I'm probably gonna stack that as much as I can, in the next coming weeks. So it's just scary times, and it's interesting, and it's something we want to keep track of here. There's really not a lot of good things to say about all of this. But other than the fact that if we look at some of these time frames, look at the 4 hour here. I was noticing this earlier. If it'll load. God. It's just so brutal. Look how brutal that is. It's like, it's just entertaining at this point, sadly. Yeah, it's just, yeah. Quite quite sad. I just wanted to do a little bit of technical analysis if I can to update everybody. Wow. So the 4-hour RSI, I was actually looking for it earlier. Like how low is it really right now? Has it ever been this low before? It's at if I can even reach it. I think it's actually further down than that. Hold on. Bear with me here. We're teetering around the 15, 16K level. And apparently the 16K level there was a weekly close back in 2018. Well, you're talking about levels we haven't been in 4 years. Really, I mean, like, so we're at a 9.93 on the 4-hour. Now I want to go back and see, like curiosity, when the last time we were at that oversold of a level. So all right. So even with the June, that was an 11. So far it's the lowest I've ever seen the 4-hour RSI. This is on the Bitfinex chart, but it's pretty much the similar thing on all the other charts. And those of you who don't know, the RSI is a slower moving indicator. It's not the stochastic RSI, which is a faster moving oscillator. Measuring volume profiles, selling pressure, we're going to look for anything at a 9. We're in 9. The lowest right here is a 16. So we might have to go all the way to the last bear market. I bet it's not even back there, to be honest with you. But we're going to see. Hold on, here we go. There's something right here. That's pretty low. No, that's not it. Sorry, it just looked like it was really low. But if I had to guess, I think we have likely bottomed. The damage is done. But if we continue down, there's not a whole lot to stop us all the way to like 12 and 14K. It's really unfortunate. While that loads, what scares me is this volume profile. We've built so much support. This will take a second to catch up. We've built so much support, volume support, from that 18, 19K level, that if we fall down to 10, 12, 14K, it's going to be really hard to bust back through that. That's going to take a few months, 4 months, 5 months. It'll take a while if we go down that far. I'm really hoping we don't go that far. But it's a lot depends on what happens the next few days, and that's the big thing. If we're still like at 16, 17K by weekly close on Sunday, strap up, because we're probably going to 12, 14K, maybe even 10. The thing is, we were looking really good up until the Binance FTX drama. Now, that was a black swan event, similar to, like, you know, the pandemic stuff or whatever. So if that was a similar thing to the disease event, then recovery could be only a few weeks, and we come back up to that level, and then we continue on our merry way. Like black swan events do happen. I'm still waiting when the freaking like golden swan event's gonna happen. We've been such negative. Like God, it's just been such a brutal year and a half. It's I guess that's part of my situation. I'm just so disheartened. I'm like, God, I believed in this stuff, and it's just like it's not doing what it's supposed to be doing, and it's just sad. So I'm hoping that this will load as well. I want to look at a couple things I haven't really looked at actually since I've last posted. Dare I look at the crypto bubbles? That's probably not a good idea. So here's like the lowest one right here. It's an RSI is 17 back in 2020. Back in 2020? What, September 2020? All right, let's go back a little further. I wonder if it's actually going to be a similar 4 hour volume selling pressure as to the disease event. And that's what I'm really kind of curious about. So I'm just going to keep on scrolling back for that. I don't know if I want to see the crypto bubbles. It's going to be a sea of crazy red. Just interesting, though. Sad and interesting. We are living in historic times, though. This is the third strike for me in CeFi. CeFi is done. Centralized finance, that's over with. I mean, short of regular banks coming in, which is maybe why this is happening. I mean, regular banks come in and they bail these people out, and we get our crypto back. But it's like, before it was like, SBF with FTX, like it was going to save everybody, and like at least we can kind of deal the blow. Yeah, we'll take a 70%, a 30%, haircut on the funds, but we'll deal with that. But now it's like, man, he's done. So and Binance just backed out of the deal. So who's going to buy them? No one in the crypto industry that I know of that could facilitate any of this, other than Coinbase. And I also heard that Crypto.com froze their withdrawals. Now, they've done that before. I think they try to do it to maybe partially protect the customers and just trying to be a good player. But I mean, it's also kind of worrisome, right? Yeah, I don't know what just happened just then. My computer's being a little bit annoying. But I don't think these levels have been seen on the RSI like ever. You're looking at the 1 hour. Let's see what's going on here. One thing I definitely want to look at is I want to see the percentage drop that we've had so far. The hourly is certainly overdone. Let's go back to daily. Yeah, sorry, I meant to restart my computer, but I wanted to get on before things got too crazy. It'll catch up eventually, hopefully. Come on now. Yeah, it's just we really want to get back above 18 and 19K. So what's interesting though is like this volume, the red volume, is not as much. I looked at a few different charts. It's not as much selling volume as we've had before. That's something we'll look on the weekly as well. Come on. There we go. And I wanted to look at this. There's a few indicators worth looking at. This is Crown's Crypto Cave app website that he uses. I guess we could say that that's definitely not true anymore. Looks like it was 15 something so far. Terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. A lot of people are going to get really bored in the next 3 to 6 months. Unless we get a really big pop up, there's going to be a lot of bored people because markets aren't going to move. It's going to be like 2018 when nothing happened for a really long time. All right. So this indicator shows how many people are in long and short positions. And this isn't updated today. I'm sure it's even less than that. But we are back at levels 7.14. Like, yeah, we haven't been here in this level since I guess the June dump, which makes sense. I mean, that makes a lot of sense. But what might be interesting is if it prints even less than that. So bad stuff, bad juju. This damn thing. I don't know what. Okay, here we go. Back in business for the moment. All right, the big thing I really want to see is how far down have we gone so far. Come on now. Come on now. All right, so stretching it out, coming up to the top. This computer is making me pay for every bit of this. Come on now. About right there. All right. Just need to grab the bottom. This one would be interesting. Come on, a little bit more. Right there. So we're down 77, 78% so far from the top. That's interesting. I mean, I think it was previously 74%, 73%. I mean, we're at 79, 80%, almost. We're 77. I don't know if I'm catching the entire bit of this or not. Boy, does it look awful, though. It looks so bad. Now, it's interesting. It's not confirmed yet, but apart from our June low on the regular RSI on the daily, we have not made a lower low yet. Now, if that can maintain, that would be a very good sign on the daily. But it'd be even a better sign. Well, it would be a better sign necessarily, but it's a very strong sign on the weekly when that makes a series of lower lows, and that's what we're going to look at right now. Or lower lows with higher highs. And I was seeing some interesting data on the weekly. And what the little tall tail sign, I'm not going to say it's tall tail or anything, but on the stochastic RSI, we were hitting some really high levels without achieving higher price action. That could have been seen as a warning, but I didn't think so. But yeah, as long as like we get a lower low on the weekly on this RSI, we'll be sitting a little bit better. We're actually like kind of gripping some support on it on this previous line. So it'd be interesting if we actually bounce off this, use this previous level of resistance as support and bounced off. I mean, personally, I mean, the damage has definitely been done. I mean, this has been a very brutal sell-off. And it actually is closer, it mimics more so the 2013 cycle, or 2014, 2015 bear market. We'll try to take a look at that real quick. Yeah, it's like, yeah, it looks more like it now than it did before. The only thing is, yeah, see, we had a crazy wick. Sorry. This thing will let me get in here. Yeah, see, we had a low, climbed up, got rejected, climbed up again. We didn't make a higher high on our current situation, but we did reject. And we came down. Let's do a quick measuring tool if we can. Again, bear with me. Wait, it's not the one. Now, how much lower did this wick go, percent-wise, from the previous low? All right. Looking at 20, close to 20%. Let's get in a little closer. Trying to get a good, decent reading here. We'll call it 20%. Now, let's move out and over to now. And that would be something close to what we have going on right now. And again, a lot depends on this weekly close. If we can get some buying pressure, say some big bank announces that they're going to buy this whole situation, then that would kind of do it. It's about the same time period too, even. Now this says 11%. So if we go to 20%, that puts us at 14K, 15. Well, not that much different. I mean, but that's a similar situation. That's to me, that's pretty interesting. Um, it's not going to ever be exactly the same. It's just for me, it's kind of hard to top. How are they going to come up with more negative news than all of this unless the stock market falls? The stock market falls, we're going down to 10K. And that's the trick right there. With the election results and the red wave not happening, at least to the extent that we all thought, or many of us thought, maybe it's kind of scary. Everything is real scary. So there's some of the things I wanted to look at. Crypto Fear and Greed doesn't print until 8, so we'll have to wait till that. Hopefully that's really low, like 10 or 12. It was 29 yesterday, which didn't make any sense. So that was kind of a warning sign that we were going to see some more down action. Anyways, that's going to be it for me today. Just hang in there. This is definitely brutal. Hopefully a lot of these coins that we're invested in weren't total crap. And, stick with the ones that you believe in and they're good players. And good luck. Hodl on. I'd be buying if I could. All I can say. All right, peace.